it, Midnight Madness. You're gonna get it, Midnight Madness. You're gonna get it, Midnight Madness. You're gonna get it.
And now the Midnight Madness Show, where it's always sunny and 82 degrees. Here's your host, the DJ Doctor.
Good morning. Sunny and 82 degrees like the man with the big voice says. Although he's not in the same city or state as we are, it's a little dark and it's around 54, 55 degrees out. You're listening to another Midnight Madness Show. I am Mark the DJ Doctor coming to you live for now. Next to me, the one, the only, Hillbilly Heartthrob. We have a huge room full of people and artists tonight, so we are sharing one microphone between the Doctor, the Hillbilly, and all of his throbbiness, and Awesome Andy will be sharing that. Miss Rebecca is manning the camera. I guess we're going live. We're on live on Facebook right now. You can check it out. It's a large group in here. So, Jason, how you doing?
I'm beautiful, man.
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah. Well, I want to thank everybody for being here today. I don't know.
You got Tourette's or something? You're like jerking there or something. You're scaring me. So we got Jason. That's on live on Facebook there now, so you got to say, hey, Andy, we're going to throw the mic your way. How you doing?
Awesome as usual.
That's what I like about you guys. You got a lot to say. Anyways, down man in command post in Pulaski, Tennessee, the one, the only, the IT guru genius. How you doing, Brian?
I'm doing, pretty good. I could, make up a bunch of stuff to talk about, but nobody wants to hear me, so I'm going to keep it short, too.
Oh, okay. Brian's doing well down there. We're fixing up with a lot of different microphone combinations here and trying to get this set up. So we got a large group. We got 6 people sitting in here tonight performing for you for the first round. Why don't we let Jason introduce who they are and let them play a song, and then we'll get to know who these people are.
It's the old-time gospel singers. Yeehaw. Why don't you guys go ahead and start a song? We'll go from there.
What the Lord has done. He healed my body, He touched my mind with He saved me. It was just in time. Oh, I'm gonna praise His name. Each day is just the same. Come on and praise Him. Look what the Lord has done. Well, the lame man lay outside the gate, begging on those who entered in. Well, Peter and John, they came upon him. The lame man expected from them, but they said, silver and gold have I none, but such a house I gave it unto thee. Just in the Spirit touched the man, he leaped to his feet and said, look what God done for me. Well, look what the Lord has done. Look what the Lord has done. He healed my body, He touched my mind. Well, He saved me. It was just in time. Oh, I'm gonna praise His name. Each day is just the same. Come on and praise Him. Look what the Lord has done. Well, I was bound by chains of darkness and sin. I had no hope, no peace of mind. Well, my sins were red as scarlet. He washed them white as snow, and He opened my blinded eyes. Now my soul can rejoice, since I made Him my choice. I have joy and peace in everything. God's my name written down on the Lamb book of life. See what God's done for me. Well, look what the Lord has done. Look what the Lord has done. He healed my body, He touched my mind. Well, He saved me. It was just what the Lord has done.
Very nice, very nice. What a way to break the show open. We're limited with microphones, so the one who's the least shy, which apparently is you, why don't you step forward to the mic and kind of introduce yourself and introduce the members of the band?
Why did everybody look at me?
Because you were the troublemaker when you first walked in, and they all appointed you. Now, the young man in the back there is the one that caused all the problems with breaking stuff, so we got to keep an eye on him,
I
or
went
we'll
to
send him the
introduce
bill.
one time, and I forgot who they was. So everybody laughed about it. So next time he's going to introduce us, and he forgot who. He didn't even know who his wife was. But over here on my right is Lynn Simmons. On the bass, back here behind me, Clarence Pease.
Mm-hmm.
Patty Possum Lips.
Patty Possum Lips. And Possum Lips are her real name. We can tell that.
Well, it's Pat Simmons, but
All righty.
Patty Possum Lips fits her better.
All righty.
Her husband, James Simmons.
No Possum Lips on him?
No.
No? Okay.
Oh, we just picked her up coming down here. Oh, excuse me. Shirley Pease. So we got peas and peas.
And Possum Lips.
We're getting ready for Thanksgiving. We need some
I
taters.
guess. I guess you are.
we need some taters to go with these peas.
Well, I'm Irish. Well, we're there, so we're halfway there. So now, how long have you guys? This the original incarnation of the group? Have y'all? Again, except for the young lady you just picked up on the way down here. So, how long have y'all been together singing?
About 4 years.
About 4 years. Now, did you do it on your own? Obviously, you all been playing for a while. You can see that you all been.
Me and my wife, we sung 36 years.
Now, first of all, are we sure that that's your wife? You told a story off air.
It was my wife.
Okay, it is
I'm
your
sure,
wife.
I think so. I think we were married. I said, yeah, instead I do, but I think so.
yeah, and I do means the same in Tennessee. Okay.
We had a group. Then they had a group. What was yours? Not yours. Joy Crusaders.
Okay.
39 years.
39
so
years.
about 4 years ago, we got together, and I don't know how they named us old timers. I ain't old. The rest of them are. They should have had a young person in there somewhere. I call them old timers and me.
Well, there's a bluegrass band that plays off of Altamont up there called the old time bluegrass band or something like that. And the guy goes, to be in our band, you have to be at least 75 years of age. The youngest guy in the band was 75 years old. So, yeah, you had to be at least 75 to be in that band.
Well, I'm the youngest in this group,
Are you?
and I'm old.
You're 32 years of age, yeah. Ooh, the ladies didn't look too good at you there.
Yeah, but you know how they are.
We ain't asking nothing.
You know how they do, though.
Yeah, yeah. Hey, Possum Lips look like she could handle her own. I'm not getting in the middle of that whole dispute right there. So I think she's going to take care of the group.
I'm scared, Mark, for you.
Uh-huh.
And it's laying there in them lips, all pooch up like that, and I thought, well, that'd be a good name, Pat Possum Lips.
Wow. I can see it's going to be a pretty calm night tonight already. So, now, let's start with yourself. How long have you been playing guitar? How long have you been playing all your life, or is it something you picked up later in life?
Since I was about 13.
It's about 13.
I'm 6.
What got you into music?
My mama learned me how to play. We had an old Gibson guitar there, and she could play In the Pines
Okay.
and Going Down the Valley. And I watched her, and that's how I got started with the guitar.
So Mama was playing.
Did
You
2
learned.
songs, In the Pine and Going Down the Valley.
Okay. Well, that's good. So did you all sing in church or something growing up in school?
Been in church all our life.
Okay.
That's
So-
that's where we got started at.
Well, that's good. That's good. Now, do you write songs yourself, or are you a songwriter? Or
He does.
He's a songwriter.
One of them has to wear a pair of spurs and a big old cowboy hat when he sings it.
That sounds like the hillbilly heartthrob over here. You know, he goes out, wears the big old spurs and a hat. We wish he'd wear other stuff other than just that. So, like, could you put a loincloth on or something? But
You should hear him yodel.
you ought to hear Jason yodel. We'll get these two guys in a yodel off here in a little bit. It'll be great.
I got on a snake one day and I yodeled a little bit.
Oh, I bet. I bet. Now, kind of, again, we got 6 of you and very few mics. Where are you from originally? If you want to be the mouthpiece for the band, where are you from?
I'm McMinnville. Been here all my life.
McMinnville, okay. And then
Only time I ever been downstate Tennessee when me and my dad went to Nashville.
went to Nashville. He went out of the state of Tennessee to get to Nashville. He went the long way around. Go ahead and kind of where everyone else is from. Where are y'all from? He's from McMinnville. McMinnville? McMinnville. So you went a long way to pick her up. She was on the way down. And you're from? He's from McMinnville.
From Spencer, Tennessee.
Spencer originally. Okay. Now, did you know all of each other growing up? Is it met in school? Met in church? So again, you had a band for a long time.
Yeah, I used to blow at her when I'd go through from work of afternoon. She's sitting on a trailer doing her homework.
Ah.
This is young married. We've been married 55 years.
55 years. Well, congratulations to that. Congratulations.
My oldest son there is 54.
Aha.
And she was 40 when they married her.
Somebody said, Wade, why didn't you just rob the cradle? I said, well, I married her young and raised her to suit myself.
There you go. So you're the son. You're the son. Oh, okay. You're the son.
Does this favor?
Ah. That's why he picks on you the way he does, doesn't it? All right.
You ain't a kid. I wouldn't pick on my kid folks that way. Only her I can get by with.
So is the rest of you related? I mean, you got the father, son, brother, sister, aunt, uncle? No, none of the rest of them?
Wife and husband
There
over
went my
there.
glasses again.
Yeah, we got a husband here and a wife over there.
Oh, okay.
He must have run her off because we picked her up about halfway down the
Ah, okay. Well, why don't you guys pick another song real quick and let's hear another tune.
Well, some black morning when the clock is over, I'll fly away to a home on the continental shore. Oh, I'll fly away. Oh, I'll fly away, oh glory. I'll fly away when I die. Hallelujah, my when the shadows of life are gone, I'll fly away, like a bird from prison bars I've flown. Oh, I'll fly away. Oh, I'll fly away, oh glory. I'll fly away when I die. Hallelujah, my glory, hallelujah, I shall not be moved. Anchor in Jehovah, I shall not be moved like a tree that's planted by the water. Oh, I shall not be moved. Oh, I shall not be moved. I shall not be moved just like a tree that's planted by the water. Oh, I shall not be moved, for there is power, wonder-working power in the blood of the Lamb. There is power, wonder-working power in the precious blood of the Lamb. Oh, there is power, wonder-working power in the blood of the Lamb. There is power, wonder-working power in the precious blood of the Lamb.
Now, real quick, I got one question.
I didn't do it.
Have you guys got Larry sing with you yet?
Yeah.
Get up here, Larry. Let's hear you sing.
And you thought I was bashful. I'm terrible bashful. You know what? I'm awful bashful.
Yeah, we can tell that.
I am, no kidding. You get me around a girl, I'm the shyest person you ever seen in your life.
I take it by the other people laughing. That's pretty much not true. So we want to take a minute here. We didn't introduce him at the very beginning, but we want to thank Chris from HeatFMRadio.com out there in New York for sharing our music and our fans and friends with his family and friends and his listeners. We want to thank you all. We had a fantastic time doing the radio show Sunday when we were doing our tribute to the Beatles. We've sent that information over to Chris, so hopefully tomorrow you'll hear some Beatles music on the Heat FM radio station out there. So tune in, listen to Chris, and check out our radio show and check out his, and make sure you like both of them. And again, thank you, Chris, for sharing that with us. And we're going to go live next month. Now, the vinyl show next month is going to be December the 23rd. We're going to be live at the 3-Star Mall in McMinnville, Tennessee. We're going to be doing Christmas music live, and then who knows what. If you're anywhere in the listening area, come on down and check us out. We'll have a good time. Bring records. We ask you, man, bring vinyl. If you got vinyl and you haven't been able to play it, we've got a way for you to play it. So bring it on down. But we'll be going live at the 3-Star Mall. It's going to be a Saturday, which is the 23rd. We will record it. Therefore, it could get replayed again on that Sunday, the 24th. And then we're replaying it again on our radio station on the Christmas Day on the 25th. And one more big show coming up before then. Don't forget on the, what's the date? Not the 19th. Patsy Trigg. What's the date? 19th. Okay. It is the 19th. Don't forget the Patsy Trigg will be here, be part of our show again. I think this will be the 3rd out of the 4 years or 4 out of 5 years. She was unable to make it last year due to a family crisis. But for those of you that don't know, Patsy is one half of Elmo and Patsy, not Patso, like I said 2 weeks ago. Elmo and Patsy, if you ever heard of the song, and if you haven't heard the song, you're from a wrong planet. The grandma got run over by a reindeer. Patsy and her husband were the ones that recorded that song and sang it. She'll be here live, the radio show on the 19th, so make sure you tune in for that. She'll come in and make us wear elf hats and Santa. I wear an elephant hat often. Save the elephants is what I say. But she'll make us wear elf hats and Santa hats. She's just a great person to listen to. So back to the guests at hand. Now, what kind of music do you listen to? Are all you really in the heavy gospel? Or are you like old gospel? You like any of the new stuff that comes out?
I like the old gospel and southern gospel.
The old stuff, the old southern and southern. Well, name an artist that you like.
Stuff.
Do you like the Bill Gaither type stuff?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
What was her name? I can't even think of it.
Yeah.
Huh?
Them people.
Yeah, them people. Yeah.
Well, those. So for those of you listening, he likes them.
Vesta Goodman.
Okay.
That's my singer right there.
Okay.
I heard her say one time, it don't matter how you sing it. It's knowing who you're singing about.
Right.
That's right, brother.
And that's what it's all about.
That's right.
You know,
See,
it ain't how you sound, it ain't how you sing, but it's knowing who you're singing for.
I was in a gospel group called Prophet back in the 80s, mid 80s. We toured all over the Midwest and Southeast. We hung with people like Petra and Servant, the Resurrection Band. But the big bands of the day at the time, Andre Crouch and the Disciples, I was really influenced by Andre Crouch and the Disciples. I don't know if you ever heard him. It's like going to a black gospel church, a black Baptist church. They were dancing, and boy, you talk about music. The only white guy in the band was a drummer. I thought it was ironic, was the drummer. Great band. I think Andre passed us a couple of years ago. But so my gospel influences grew up, I was the Blackwood Brothers Quartet. I got to meet Dallas Holmes, the one that did Rise Again, at a book signing in a little tiny hick place. No one even was at the bookstore. No one even knew he was there. And I walked in, he signed the book, and I'm like, that's Dallas Holmes. He had the big hit Rise Again at the time. So I was influenced. Now, my wife was big into the gospel stuff. She could name gospel bands. I couldn't tell you.
You know, Ronnie Page used to have a thing that come on every day at lunch.
Every day at
singing.
lunch.
What was the name of that? Ronnie Page, wasn't it? We'd always come in from field in time to hear that.
Get right in there, Andy. I'm gonna get here.
All right.
Well, I do remember WBMC having what's called the Gospel Hour.
Yeah.
And also, I do want to mention that we have lost Cowboy Bob Reed for those that are in McMinnville. So I don't want to pay tribute to him tonight because I was a close friend to him. And Cowboy Bob was instrumental with Dottie West's career. They graduated together in many events when she started out with her career in country music. He was there. And he was also, part of Bud Godwin's gospel group, as well, which was instrumental for the gospel scene in McMinnville. And a lot of those individuals that was part of Bud Godwin's group have went on to do bigger things. Of course, Kenny Chesney's keyboard player was part of that group as well. But I didn't want to forget mentioning, about Cowboy
we sung
Bob.
with Bob Reed some.
Just a genuine man.
Years ago, when we went by the Crossfinders in.
By the Crossfinders, okay.
Yeah. And about every weekend we was with the Looper Trio or Don Davis and Off Keys. About every weekend we had a singing for one of them groups. They don't have country singings like they used to have, gospel singing.
McMinnville at one time had a couple of places there. I know Ken Youngblood at one time had an event up on top of the mountain there on Highway 8, Fire on the Mountain, which was a good gathering. I mean, quite a bit of people would come there for
when
that.
I was a kid, though, we went to our church on Sunday night. Monday night, we'd get to stay at home. Tuesday night, we'd have a singing somewhere. Wednesday night, we went to our church. Sunday night, we went Thursday night, went somewhere and sung. Friday night, went somewhere and sung. Saturday night, went somewhere and sung. Then you just started over, and there was a singing it seemed like every night of the week.
And you never went hungry.
Never did.
Never went
did.
hungry.
No.
You never had to worry about not having any food.
I want to know what going hungry with was. I told him at church the other day, we was poor. We was so poor, me and my brother had to double up on the same stick horse. Now that's poor.
Okay, yeah.
But I don't know what not having nothing to eat is like. We always had clothes and we had food to eat, but now we was poor.
Always bread on the table.
Always bread on the table. God took care of us.
I understand the whole poor thing. I was so poor that we had to go to Kentucky Fried Chicken and lick other people's fingers.
He'll be here all week. Try the veal.
Our dogs had to go next door to eat.
Say, if I was that hungry, I'd die of starvation. Sorry, that's just not going to happen. Well, let's go ahead and get off this. Let's go ahead and into another song, if you don't mind. I just have bad visions.
When you're up on a mountain and you got peace of mind like you've never known, but then things change and you're down in a valley, but don't lose faith now, for you're never alone. For the God on the mountain is still God in the valley. When things go wrong, He'll make it right. And the God of the good times is still God in the bad times. The God of the day is still God in the night. Oh, we talk of faith when we're up on a mountain, but talk comes easy when life is at stake. But it's down in the valley
I love picking on her. She
You
don't
say-
get mad at me when I pick on her. She just give me that look.
Just give you the look. You know better than you cross the line when Possum just gives you the look.
Now you got the look.
I know, but I'm just saying. He said it. I'm in trouble now, guys. Help me out here. Bail me out.
No,
I was
I
just
didn't.
saying you got in trouble when she gave you the
I'm
look.
going to tell you about them too, buddy.
Okay.
When my wife got cancer,
Mm-hmm.
before she died, man, them two took care of me. They was a blessing to me. And my wife told them, before she died, to take care of me and not never let me quit singing. And buddy, them two people right there, the Peas have to. They have took care of me. They've washed over me. They fed me. They've come to my house. But I make them take the shoes off. I have to clean my own house now. But they have fed me, and we took off, about 2 months after my wife died. And then we got back to singing,
Well, excellent.
and I thank God for it.
Well, it's a family and it's a friendship and it's a brotherhood. There's something to say about musicians and how we take care of each other. And speaking of musicians, we got the one, the only Mr. Charlie Allen has stepped in. How you doing, Charlie? Charlie is a major singer-songwriter, Nashville star. Played with a ton of musicians. We don't have enough time in the show to tell you everybody he's played or wrote with. We'll talk with. Yeah, who haven't you played with, Charlie? That's the thing. We'll talk about that. I saw Johnny Garcia on TV last night. I thought, man, that's pretty cool. Johnny and which is Garth Brooks' guitar player. Johnny and a big boy over here, they're good friends. And they play together a lot. And played down in Winchester not too long ago, didn't you? You and Johnny Garcia. Yep. So I'm sitting there going, hey, told my dad, there's Charlie's friend Johnny Garcia playing with Garth Brooks
Now
last
I'm
night.
getting nervous.
Yeah. So, but it's nice to see Charlie.
I played in Winchester here a while back.
Did you
Hardee's.
play the Hardys? Sitting in the back corner eating your burger and.
No, we go there. We sang for 2 hours at Hardee's.
Oh, that's good.
We have a good time at Hardee's. I
No.
enjoy going there. We've been there, gosh, I don't know how many times.
Now I know, like Ruby Tuesdays used to do a gospel night, like on a Tuesday night. Do you guys go out and do a lot of singings like that at different places, or
Anywhere, we sung the horse barn a year or two ago.
a horse barn?
Yeah. Anywhere that happens, we'll go there.
You had a built-in crowd at the horse barn, didn't you?
Hey, we sung up here on the mountain under a tent one year. Boy, it was hot. And they gnats everywhere.
Uh-huh.
And I had on these khaki pants, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we got up there singing. I thought them gnats got up my britchy leg. And I looked, my khakis was soaked where I said sweat running down my legs. I thought I had gnats up my britchy leg.
So how often do you guys get to go out and play? Do you do it every week? You play somewhere every week or once a month? Or?
Every time they ask us.
Okay.
Yeah, we go to nursing homes 3 times a month.
Excellent. There in McMinnville, or do you kind
We
of
come
spread
down here
out?
at Manchester.
Oh, good, good.
Down here Saturday at nursing home.
Oh, good. Which one? The one over here off Interstate Boulevard? Over by the old hospital. Okay, good. Yeah, my dad was in there for about 3 months in rehab and stuff, and a lot of singers would come down there. But we didn't get to see you guys there. You must have been after he got
I
out there.
love the nursing homes.
Yeah. And they love you guys. They love that kind of, any kind of
They must do.
music.
They call us up. Memphis want us to come down here.
Oh, good. Good. Well,
They
let's,
must be getting. They talk like they're kind of desperate. So, I don't know if we was that good or they was just that desperate.
yeah, well, I tell you what, they had some good artists, good people playing at the nursing home and
You
stuff.
know,
and-
I figure if I can sing and get them into it and get their mind off of hurting for an hour,
Yeah.
that's an hour they ain't hurting.
That's
know.
something special. That's something special.
And they can't get out and go like we go,
No,
you know.
no.
But I love it. Me and my wife went to nursing home long time memory.
It's a special gift to be able to do
It is.
what you guys can get to do.
And you know that they eat it up. They love every bit of it.
Yeah, and I tell musicians, if you're not doing it for the right reasons, you're doing it. You shouldn't be into music. You should be doing it for the right reasons. And sometimes it's doing that kind of stuff. I've played many cancer centers for free. We've done many juvenile diabetes in Indianapolis for free. And I know a friend of mine who was on the USO tour and absolutely did not want to get paid. He said the money all goes to the sailors and soldiers and stuff, the veterans that risked their lives. And he did the Hawaii tour scot-free. His band all got mad. They all wanted to get paid to go to Hawaii and get to go. And he was like going, "You're doing it for the wrong reason, man. If you don't do it," he goes, "I got 5 friends right now. I'll call up on a heartbeat." And and so we played Hawaii on a heartbeat just
You know, it's
for
all
doing the
about
right
money
reasons.
anymore.
Well, yeah. And
I understand people.
commercialism. I mean, I understand you got to get paid.
Well,
These musicians got to get paid, but there's
but
things that you need to be
They
doing.
can go to them nursing homes though.
Right.
You know, for
Well,
free.
and Charlie could sit here and tell you, because he's on that echelon where he plays with these big names. He could tell you how many times has Vince Gill done stuff for free, done stuff for people. He signed a guitar for us for free to be donated or to be used for charity events. I know a lot of big artists that has done stuff for free.
We have never asked nobody a penny.
All right. Well, I'll tell you, I traveled again with the band Prophet in the mid-'80s, and we played all over. We played everywhere, Dayton, Ohio, Cincinnati, Canton, played all over everywhere, up and down Kentucky and Ohio, and never asked for a fee. Drove a bus,
bless me.
never asked for a fee, but we got paid every single night, enough to put money in the bank and enough to feed us, but we never asked a fee. We just come on and play, and
God
and
blessed
we played,
us with a job. You know,
Yeah.
we don't have to have money to go nowhere.
Looks like
God
Jason wants to
blesses
go.
you.
I was just
Take
thinking,
care
you were talking about, of course, they're talking about plans in nursing homes, and you were saying your dad was there with your dad, you know. You do realize that very soon you'll be living there and just playing for free.
We're just going to go ahead and cut Jason off right there.
Shout outs here. Yeah, Amanda Morris says, I know those P folks.
Amanda Morris knows the P folks.
And Holly Irish said, what? Hello, bud.
Hello, Bug. That's my daughter up there in Indianapolis. She's listening. How you doing, Holly? So Charlie Allen said he said hi. Yeah, everybody here says hi to Holly. So we're on Facebook Live. But yeah, it's a cool thing to do. To be able to get out and sing. Now, another singer in the bunch right there, Holly, my daughter, she can sing like an angel. And my son Adam does the same thing. Haven't heard much from Michael lately, my other son, but I know Adam's playing with us, coming up on a few shows coming up here, and and just remember that comment you made about me going to the nursing home soon. Remember, I got 3 shows to do with you. We can do them all about half tempo if we have to. Oh, hey, man, I'd love to play, but I'm just too old to get up to that speed. And when you're the drummer, I control the tempo. Here's the tempo right here. It's whatever I say it is. Just remember that, Jason.
Let's play a song.
Let's get a song, get him out of the hot water.
There's one thing about it, though, when you're at the nursing home, if you mess up, most of them don't know it no way.
Exactly.
So if God calls you and you ain't that good, he'll send you to a nursing home. Last night I dreamed that I saw heaven, and I wanted so to enter in. But when the book of life was open, there was my life in sin. I was looking through the windows of heaven. I saw the kingdom of God, and there were the footprints of Jesus on the path that my Savior had trod. And oh, how the teardrops they were falling as I tried to enter heaven's gates. So sad was the judgment upon me, for I had waited too late. I was looking through the windows of heaven, and I It seems that I could see my mother up there around God's great white throne. With arms stretched out, she ran to greet me. But I had waited too long. When I was looking through the windows of heaven, and I saw the kingdom of God, and there were the footprints of Jesus on the path that my Savior had trod. On the path that my Savior had trod.
Now, the songs you pick out, do you pick that out as if it's your favorite and your favorite? You know, how do you pick the songs you want to play?
His favorite.
His favorites. So you are the one. So I see.
If I hear a song and I want to sing it, I can listen to that thing 3 times and I can have it memorized. And I've heard songs 20 years ago, and I'll get up in church and I'll think about that song. And I'll know that song. That's what God can do for you. They carry a book all the time, see what key we do it in. I hardly ever look at the book. You know? And I can't remember nothing. I cannot remember nothing. But I can remember a song. Even plumb back to when I was a kid, I can remember a song.
Well, pull one out. Pull one out from way back when. Let's put you to the test. Pull one out when you were a young man. 6, 7 years ago. Uh-oh.
Just a light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Just a light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Just a light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Jesus gave me this light, and I'm gonna let it shine. Jesus gave me this light, and I'm gonna let it shine. Jesus gave me this light, and I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. It's the light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. It's the light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. It's the light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. All around this world, I'm gonna let it shine. All around this world, I'm gonna let it shine. All around this world, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Satan can't blow it out, oh, I'm gonna let it shine. Satan can't blow it out, oh, I'm gonna let it shine. Satan can't blow it out, oh, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine.
And yes, he did. Outstanding.
He pulled that out from a long time ago, didn't he?
From a long time ago.
Satan can't blow it out.
There you go.
He asked me that.
Yeah, I was putting you to the test. That was good.
No, I don't need it. I'm gonna get it in. Oh, yeah,
They were pulling the audible right there, a little football audible. You guys figured out one you want to do? That
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I'll go ahead and I'll play it for you. I have no idea what you're talking about, but go ahead. There it is. Does Pasta Lips sing on this one? Does she sing solo in this? Yeah, he says. She's shaking her head no.
Well, let's all go down to the river. There's a man that is walking on the water. Come along
He can make the dumb talk and open up the eyes of the blind. Let's all go down to the river. There's a man there that's walking on the water. Come along with me, for I want to see this man walking on the water. He sees the man at the river, and he's watching fish stand up play. And he will save your soul if you give him the soul. Get ready for that judgment day. Let's all go down to the river. There's a man that's walking on the water. Well, come along with me, for I want to see this man walking on the water. Come along with me, for I want to see this man walking on the water. Pull that now, hat, didn't I?
They worked that one out, didn't you? Outstanding.
Now, I understand there's a special Christmas song that James and Clinton do. So
Get over here, James. This is an early Christmas song.
early
Are
Christmas.
you ready? Okay. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Don't get no better than that, buddy.
Now I'm going to challenge my IT guru genius down there, Brian. If you could make sure you make a snippet of just that section there, and put that, like as our commercial throughout the month of January, if you wouldn't mind. Pardon me, through December. Yeah, if you'd do that, that'd be great. Now we
Okay.
got Thanksgiving coming up real quick. Is everyone all set, ready to go for Thanksgiving? You're heading out, right, Jason? You're heading out in the morning. Heading to Michigan. Did you tell your boss you're leaving, or are you just going to just? He knows now. His boss is right here next to him. The things I could tell Larry. You better be good, buddy. That's all I know. So you're going to Michigan, going back to Mom and Dad's, leaving in the morning. Andy, what do you got for Thanksgiving?
Probably spend the day with my wife, and I may try to go see my dad. You know, he's kind of by himself, and I'm going to head over to East Tennessee and spend a day with him. He's a disabled veteran. You know, so I may try to do that, cheer him up. Considering, this time last year, he was on a ventilator fighting for his life, total life support. It was a miracle there at that VA hospital up in Johnson City at Mount View. Had teams of doctors that kept coming to me telling me what they witnessed. They watched this man pretty much come, all the way from complete kidney failure, heart failure, collapsed lungs, everything. And in 2 months' time, I watched his kidneys come back to full restoration, and by Thanksgiving, he was back home. And then, so,
Wow.
it's, like I say, so this year, I have a reason to be thankful. I really do.
Amen.
I really do.
Well, why don't we do one more song, and then we got a second guest we got to get up here. So,
Larry?
Larry's good.
Oh, boy.
Larry gets to get interviewed here. Larry next.
As I walk through the doors, I sense His presence, and I knew this was the place where love abides. This is the temple, Jehovah God, He abides here, and we are standing in His presence on holy ground. We are standing on holy ground, and I know that there are angels all around. Let us praise Jesus now. We are standing in His presence, oh treasure, and at his age of mine can still be found. If you have a need, then I know he has the answer. Reach out and claim it, for you are standing on holy ground. We are standing on holy ground, and I know that there are angels all around. Let us praise Jesus tonight, for we are standing in His presence on holy
Well, there they are, everybody. The Old Time Gospel Band. We want to thank you all for crowding around a bunch of little microphones and putting up with us for the last hour.
Appreciate you having us, brother.
We wish you the best. Make sure you keep out there playing. We hope you all have a good Thanksgiving. We're going to have Jason kind of do the magic unplug and get you set up for our next guest that's going to be coming up here. Miss Kaylee Hill will be on live here shortly. But in the meantime, we're going to take a microphone here, and I don't know what number we got here. You should have grabbed the other one, Jason. Grab this one over here.
Yes, sir.
Because that's the one for the vocals. Grab the one we use.
Yes, sir.
Oh, I tell you what you don't see on air, is tragic. We're going to put a microphone in front of the one, the only Mr. Charlie Allen. Charlie, how you been doing, man? I haven't seen you in a while.
I'm doing good. I've been writing a bunch,
Yeah, well, every time we see you, you're writing a bunch. So how's that going?
It's going good.
Good. You getting out there playing quite a bit?
Yeah, we're staying busy.
I see on Facebook all the time you're playing here and there and wherever. And glad to have you back. I know you've been busy. I haven't seen you in a while, but you were here, I don't know, a couple of months ago and did the radio show.
That was awesome. Back. Yeah, I went. You know what? That was kind of unusual. That what happened to me. I had no.
What happened? I'm not sure what happened.
Remember what was on my guitar?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That was something, boy. I really didn't know what to think about that.
Yeah.
I was very embarrassed. I mean, it's kind of.
Well, we didn't exploit it. We just put it all over.
Yeah, we won't
Facebook
go through that. We won't go through the scene there.
All over the world. Don't say, all right, 38 different countries got to see it, but that's all right, Charlie. So what's up on your plate next? What are you doing?
I think I'm going to Ireland.
Ireland? That's it? Just Ireland?
Yeah.
When you any dates? Any kind of idea when you might go? Summer, fall?
They said January we're leaving.
Oh, January already.
I'll be over there like a month, I think.
Okay. Well, bless your heart, taking the whole band, going to the whole band?
No, it's just me and the Wings.
Okay. Well, good. Well,
yeah, they got some killer players over there that play behind me.
Oh, yeah. Those of you that haven't ever seen or heard Charlie, you can go to, is it Charlie Allen Music still your Facebook page?
Carlos,
or
Carlos, yeah.
Yeah. Make sure you check out Charlie Allen. He's a songwriter extraordinaire, Nashville bound kind of guy. He's from the home of country music originally.
Bristol, Tennessee.
He
was just talking about that.
The home of country music, where it started. Of course, it was Charlie that started it. It wasn't any of them other ones. It was Charlie the one that started it. So
I like that.
He got the fame for that. But,
well, I don't know about that, but
Charlie has played with this and that and whoever. He's played with a bunch of big names. I like the one, I think you were, 9, where you were hanging with Charlie Pride?
Yeah, we hung out with Charlie Pride, and we did shows with Carl Perkins, Jerry Lee Lewis, Elvis Presley.
Yeah.
And
how old were you when you were?
God, I don't remember.
With Elvis,
I was singing. All I knew is I was singing about love, and one day I walked up to Dottie West and I asked her, Dottie, what am I singing about? She said, honey, one day you'll understand it, but I can't tell you that right now.
and have you understood it yet? Have you figured it out yet, Charlie?
Well, I did. Love is good, and love can be bad. You know, I write songs about it every day, daydreaming, you know.
Daydreaming. Exactly. You going on the road anywhere else other than Ireland?
You've been on the road with me.
Yeah, I've been
on
on the
that
road with
big
you.
old bus.
Yeah.
You know what it's like.
Yeah.
When we got a driver that can't drive, and you hear,
It's nice when
time
you,
for coffee. All right, buddy.
well, you had two drivers. The one drove perfectly, and the other one.
Oh, the other one we knew when
go
we
in
were
your sleeping berth, and all of a sudden
Yeah.
you hear the roadside curb going. Blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, that's
and you
when
wait
you
for him
get
to get
up.
off of it, and he don't get off of it. He's on it. So the next thing, in my mind, I'm in my little sleeping berth. I'm going. Now the next thing you hear is like silence. Which side of the thing is he on? Is he on the good side or the bad
Oh
side?
Lord, I was scared to death every time I hear that. I knew it was time to get up and get coffee for him,
Yeah,
whatever
kinda
he
like,
needed.
Are you okay,
know?
buddy? You know, I sat up there in that front booth there that one night when we were up all night.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
was sitting up there next to him going, I'm keeping this man awake. Cause
Well, how did the Skinner thing go?
absolutely wonderful.
Did it really?
I don't know if Mike Ronsville and any of the boys down there in Mississippi, if you're listening, we had a great time. We got a video that's been having complications with the software to get it up and running, but should be up pretty soon. But we got to meet 3 of the first responders. and 2 of
Really?
the
I
people
bet that was
and
interesting.
2 of the people that were actually on the
Wow.
aircraft. We got to become friends with Mark B. Frank,
Uh-huh.
who was Artemis's drum tech. And we got to meet Mark Howard, who was the lighting guy. Both were sitting in the back of the aircraft. The beautiful part about that, and Jason can probably say the same thing, we met one of the guys, Jamie Wall, earlier in the day, and he was one of the first responders. He came there with the axe that he actually helped chop, the bottom of the aircraft. Where he was at, the plane just twisted where it was upside down.
Wow.
So he climbed on the belly of the plane, was chopping away, and found somebody in the bottom of the plane. Now, you got to remember, if he's on the bottom of the plane, he's between the bottom of the seats and the bottom of the aircraft. And when he pulled this guy out, they're pulling the guy out. The guy was hollering, it hurts. That day, the guy he saved showed up. And they met each other for the first time in 40 years.
Wow.
Hugged each other, and they bawled like babies. So the guy who saved the guy in the aircraft got to meet each other 40 years later, almost to the exact hour at the exact spot.
Well, we're doing that show in Jacksonville again. Mark said tell you hi, by the way.
Oh, good.
We
good.
played the Grand Ole Opry, and that was really cool. They asked me how you were doing. I said you were doing good.
Good.
And I don't think you've been in contact with him lately, have you?
I've tried to contact, but Mark Herndon's a busy boy.
Well, he ain't too big. He was asking about you, so we was backstage at the Opry hanging out with a little bit of everybody, and then Garth showed up, and Tricia showed up.
Did Garth ask about me?
What a great... Well, he did. Yes, he did.
Yeah, sure he did.
And he just,
Thanks for expanding my ego
you
there.
know...
He goes, hey, that little tripe that hung with you before, is he around? I need him to move my luggage.
Well, Lord, we had a great night that night, the Ralph Stanley, band and his son. A lot of good people out there. A lot of, it was standing in the shadows of some very famous people right there, and it was killer.
No, I saw the picture of you and Garth not too long ago, wasn't it? Wasn't that you and Garth on the picture?
Trisha, yeah, I mean, yeah.
I was like going, you lucky bum.
Yeah, I work hard, man.
I know you
I
do.
raise the bar. You got to raise the bar in this business. You got to keep raising it. You just can't say, okay, there's a star. That's nice, ain't it? Well, let's bring it to us, see how hard it is.
and Charlie can attest, and this is for all the young people that are out there trying to make it in the music business. It's not easy.
It's not easy, and
you
don't
gotta work it.
Right, and don't let nobody bust your bubble and tell you can't do this. Can't, never, could do nothing. I mean, there's a big difference in an artist. I mean, I've had 4 record deals. One was the first, was $3.5 million, and it just kept going up. And I remember when I started in Walmart, I told all my friends, I'm gonna be in Walmart, and they said, well, it's been 2 years now. Where's your CD?
Yeah.
And then finally, it just finally happened. But for those youngins out there, it's very important to love music and care about, what somebody's singing about. There's a difference in just singing a song and feeling the heart and the soul and the mind and the lips moving at the same time, and you see a tear start to fall from somebody's eye. Big difference. Now, I write a lot of popcorn country, too. Don't get me wrong. That's where I make my money right now.
Right.
But at the same time, you got to respect. And if somebody says something to you, listen to it. But then again, when you walk away, know that you're better than that. And there's quite a few stars out there that I spoke with and myself that said we would never be nothing but a shoe salesman, But we showed them, right?
Right. And the big thing is, we talk about Charlie, and Charlie's played with Elvis, and he's played with all the big names, hung out with Garth and Tricia, and that's just, we didn't even scratch the surface with what you've done. and he's played with Jason. So
Yeah,
you
I
know
played with
he is-
Jason.
so
And
you
Jason
know-
was with Doug Stone one night.
Yeah.
And I've done some of his shows with Stone.
So, yeah, you were.
He
with
stayed at
Doug
my
Stone, weren't
house.
you?
And then Georgette used to stay at my house, and you'd come over and visit.
Mm-hmm.
And Pete didn't know this. Pete Post, he's here from Florida. He moved here, and he's
Oh, cool.
a good keyboard player. You know, he did a lot of shows for the Outlaws.
Hard to find some good stuff.
Yeah, and writing gospel all about God and
So
Jesus.
watch out. These guys are going to start talking to you here, and they're going to take you away from Charlie, see?
But anyway, it's not about me. It's about those people out there right now that's really trying in life. And all I can tell you is just keep going. Don't stop. I mean, if somebody says you can't do this, then they've already put their foot down. You got to walk over top of that.
Right. Again, the point I was making, you played with a ton of people. You've done a lot of stuff. In the music business, you might not be at the same level as Garth Brooks financially, but you're just as successful, because you're doing what you want to do because of the level of the music. It's paying your bills. But how many times have you been told, no, 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 you ain't good enough, you don't have the looks, you don't have the sound, you don't have the music, and you're going, you know what, I've got it right here.
Yeah, well, I mean,
here.
you heard a lot of songs that we wrote before they hit radio.
Yeah.
I mean, and it's not about, it's basically working hard and believing in what you believe. If you don't believe, you're not going to receive.
Right.
Big difference in people.
Exactly.
When I talk at schools, you've been there with me, and there was one night we was in North Dakota, and there was this young boy, and it was like I pointed him out, but I could tell something about him. He was it was like God was pointing at him, and the lights were so bright I couldn't see nothing. And so I brought him up on stage to sing American Farmer with me. And then I think that night I had a bunch of Garth picks, Tricia picks, and I give them out, and I give him one. Well, I give this lady one. And when she went to see Garth gave her the guitar.
Oh, wow.
So that was
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, that was really cool.
That's pretty cool. Now, we've been talking about up and coming and working hard. We got a young lady who's back with us. I believe this is her second time on the radio show with us, right? Both times right here. Both times right here. Miss Kaylee Hill. So tickled to death that you put up with us the first time and you actually are coming back.
It was a painful thing to think about, quite honestly. I decided I needed to suck it up.
She's honest. I like that about her.
I'm kidding.
It was a painful thing to think about it.
No.
Why don't we just go ahead, strum the guitar. Let's hear a check real quick. A little softer on the audio for us, Jason. Brian, how's the signal down your way?
I don't have anything.
You don't have anything. Keep strumming, Kaylee, until Brian gets you in the system here, because we got to have Kaylee's guitar. Jason, what channel is that on? It's either 3 or 4. Brian, it would be channel 4 if you're playing the home game version of this. You getting any signal with her yet?
Negative.
Jason's working something here. We'll check it out while we're doing that. Don't forget to check out our calendar of events going on our Facebook page. We got all kinds of things going on. We got the vinyl show, which is coming up on the 23rd of December. It's going live from the 3-Star Mall. Make sure you check that out. Come out and bring some records with you. We'll love to play. Go ahead and Kaylee, try this again. How's that, Brian?
Yeah, we got it now.
Oh, we got it now. Okay. So let's, without further ado, let's introduce Miss Kaylee Hill, and then we'll get to know her. Kaylee, take it away.
Okay, am I just playing a song now?
Play a tune first, and then we'll...
Okay, yeah, that sounds good.
Okay.
So this is called The Season, and then it's pretty self-explanatory, but I'll talk about it afterwards.
Okay.
Oh, I wonder when you don't come home, and maybe I didn't show you the right kind of love. I'm telling you. season you want me to be. Oh, and when the times change, will you remain? Home gets so dreary, without you it ain't the same. Winter gets colder and spring has no light. So come stick around a while, take away my stride. Can you fit in with summer? Can you fit in with fall? I'll be right with the love it whenever you call. And if I'm a going crazy, Lord help me to see. I'm just trying to be the season you want me to be. Oh, yeah, yeah. Come be my shelter from the storm. Come keep me safe and come keep me warm. 'Cause there's nothing better than you being here. And I can't help but want you every day of the year. Can you fit in with summer? Can you fit in with fall? I'll be right with the love it whenever you call. And if I'm a going crazy, Lord help me to see. I'm just trying to be the season you want me to be. I'm just trying to be the season you want me to be. I'm just trying to be the season you want me to be. Yeah.
This is Kayla Hill, everybody. Well, Kaylee, it's been a pleasure getting you back again. We're so glad you're sharing your time and
Of
music with us
course.
again.
Y'all have brought joy to my heart already. Just the gospel group. I mean,
Yeah, they get
so
you
much-
livened up, don't they?
It sure does. And I tell you what, if you're sad walking in those doors, you ain't gonna be when you leave. So
Yes.
That's
Yeah,
how I
we
feel.
had revival going on here for a little bit. That was pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
So since the last time we saw you, which was probably how long ago? It's been quite a while. About a year ago, wasn't it?
no, I don't know if it was quite a year. I think it was in the spring, maybe early
Was it?
spring.
Well, all right, so 8-9 months ago, probably 10 months ago, somewhere in there, 8-9. What's been going on in your life? I see you play a lot. You're out there doing some stuff.
Yeah.
What's going new?
Well, I released my album in June, and that's available on iTunes and Spotify and
Okay.
all that good stuff.
Oh, what's it
It's
it called?
called Never Knew Love.
Okay.
And that was a lot of fun getting to do that. I had my release show at City Winery in downtown Nashville. And since then, I did I've kind of sort of won a songwriting thing, and I've been collaborating with a couple of
You
different producers.
kind of sort of won a songwriting thing?
Well, I won a week. It was like they had a series, and I
Okay.
won 1 week of the series. And
Oh.
then I want to say I almost won the final, but I didn't. But I almost.
Almost.
That's a good time.
That's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay. You're recognized. You get your music out there in front of people.
Yeah, and I'm actually working with the producer who was basically offering a prize for that anyway. So I feel like I still won.
Okay, well,
it was good. Yeah.
So are you getting to play out quite a bit live? How
Yeah.
often do you play in a month, let's say?
Oh, well, I'm playing like I would say at least 4 or 5 times a week.
Okay.
So I'm doing a lot of downtown stuff, and I'm writing 4 or 5 times a week as well.
Okay.
So I'm pretty much a full-time musician right now, which I wasn't at the time when I
Right.
first came in, and it's hard because it's scary to take a risk and to say, oh, this is going to be my main source of income, but it's also really rewarding to do that as well. So.
And again, I think that's what we've talked about many times on the show, where we have new artists kind of jumping off the edge of the cliff.
Yeah.
You got to have faith that, is this what you really want to do? And I had a picture of a young man, I don't think he's in here yet, but I have a picture of a young man when he was 14 years of age, said, all I'm ever going to do, only money I'm ever going to make is playing guitar. At the age of 14, he said, I'm jumping the cliff. I'm not going to work a paper route. I'm not going to work at McDonald's. I'm not going to work a factory job. And now he's in his 20s. Jake Korn, he lives in Nashville, Tennessee now. One of the best jazz guitar players you'll never hear. But he's played in Greece. He's played all over the world. Wow. But there for a minute, they're going, all of his friends were going, well, you can't do that. You got to get a job. You got to make, how are you going to eat? And he's like, well, I'll eat grass if I have to, but I'm going to make my money only playing guitar. And he just took that leap of faith. And how many times we've heard that now over and over in the radio show where people are going, man, I quit my day job and I'm so scared. And then we talk to them later on down the road, and they're doing 4 nights a week, 5 nights a week. Yeah, again, it might not be buying the limousine yet, but there's a different level of success. And so you're doing what you love to do. So that's good. Are you writing a lot of original stuff? Are you co-writing, doing solo stuff?
Both. So yeah, anytime I can. I have a project because I have to write a song for a guy that saw me play, him and his group of people that he was with. He's about to retire, and they wanted me to play music at his retirement ceremony so bad, and he lives in like Northern Virginia, and I wasn't able to make it out, but I'm basically writing him a song about him for him.
Okay.
And so like little projects like that will pop up, or somebody wants me to collaborate on their little house Christmas album, and so I'm writing a song for that too. And so it's just little projects here and there that I work on outside of just the normal inspiration.
Now, are those more difficult for you to do, writing a kind of a third person to somebody else versus write what you know kind of a thing?
Well, I've only just started it. I'm still working on it. So I guess I'll have to get back to you on it. But what I did was I sent them a questionnaire. I was like, can you fill this out? Because it's a surprise for him. So I'm involving everybody else.
Okay.
So I was like, yeah.
Now, Charlie, you've done that kind of stuff too, where you had to meet the artist that you're going to try to pitch a song to, kind of find out what's going on in their life.
I have about 20 minutes to write it.
Yeah. And so, I mean, there's pressure in what you guys do.
Yeah.
I've heard Charlie many times say he's sitting with so-and-so. They kind of got to find out what's going on with their life, and they got a time limit to try to push a song, So it's songwriting can be kind of uncomfortable at times. Andy, you had something you want to say?
As far as working on adapting to a certain person, if you're going to write music for that. Earlier this week, I was on Music Row with Dave Pahanish. We met downtown, and Dave Pahanish has wrote like 5 or 6 #1 songs on billboards. Keith Urban, Toby Keith, Tim McGraw, the list goes on. And we met with another friend of mine that actually is a producer. And and the thing is, and it's like Mark said, you got to keep moving and don't worry. You got to walk in faith. Because you don't know what's going to actually happen. And actually the meeting that was arranged was one of those things where 2 people had not really ever met, and you don't know what's going to happen. So here we are on Music Row downtown in Nashville, and he's meeting with my friend, and the very thing we went in there for, the totally opposite, changed. My friend is working with, I think, Daniel Peck is the artist that he's managing right now at the present time. So we're there, and the whole purpose of being there, of course, is that hopefully Dave can talk to him about his music and stuff. But then again, here is this CMA artist, Daniel Peck, that's coming up with a new album later down the road. And it's a different part of her style of music. We're used to actually listening to her on the country side, but she has this new jazz sound that's coming out. So here we are. We've got this writer, and the writer is sitting there along with the producer, and the producer saying, we've got something that's moving forward that's really looking good. Do you think you can write for this? And it's at moments like that, you've got just a window of opportunity, and that's the gift that a songwriter has, is the smallest project you're working on can next lead you to the next big thing, and you're ready. So this right here is just another aspect of helping you become more creative. So when that opportunity does present itself, you're ready to go.
Yeah,
You really are. And I did send you a little message there, and I want you to follow up on that for an audition. I think
I did.
that right there may open a huge door. I will say,
it's funny because I reached out to him, and it was funny because the thing he wanted me to audition for, I've already got a slot for.
Okay.
Because I was able to. It was just funny how it worked, but I did. And
I will cue you that he does the private auditions. So anybody
Yes.
that's basically going to advance on this particular project, which is massive, will probably see him because he'll be there to actually narrow down things. But, I'm just excited to see that you're back with us tonight because, your
Yeah.
voice, it's really clear, and you have strong vocals and great
you.
control when you sing.
Thank you.
I have a request.
Okay.
Firecracker.
Oh my gosh, you're requesting one? Wow. I didn't know this was going to happen.
Got to give her $20 tip, though.
How about this? $20 for me to play a song of my choice.
Of your choice, yes.
So Firecracker I wrote in the style of Wanda Jackson, and I love playing her stuff. I play her stuff a lot too downtown. This is called Firecracker. I'm sweet as molasses and pure as sugar cane, but if you did it cross me, you might just end up lame, 'cause I'm a firecracker, baby, with a beautiful display. Firecracker, firecracker, and you'll suffer from a burning if you get in my way. I've got the gumption, baby, beneath my smiling face, to make you beg for mercy as I put you in your place. 'Cause I'm a firecracker, baby, with a beautiful display. Firecracker, firecracker, and you'll suffer from a burning if you get in my way. Some might call me crazy, but I got the best loving, baby. Hope you understand me, 'cause my heart is not your plaything. So if you take advantage of my love and loyalty, I'll kick you right below the bed and bring it to your knees. 'Cause I'm a firecracker, baby, with a beautiful display. Firecracker, firecracker, and you suffer from a burning if you get in my way. Some might call me crazy, but I got the best loving, baby. I hope you understand me, 'cause my heart is not your plaything. So if you take advantage of my love and loyalty, I'll kick you right below the bed and bring you to your knees. 'Cause I'm a firecracker, baby, with a beautiful display. Firecracker, firecracker, and you'll suffer from a burning if you get in my way. Yes, you'll suffer from a burning if you get in my way. Firecracker. Oh.
Poor girl. I wish she'd show some emotion when she plays, We are getting that on Facebook, so you can check out young Kaylee Hill playing live on Facebook. Let's kind of go back a little bit. Let's find out where you're from originally. Where do you hail from?
I was raised in Bristol, Tennessee.
Bristol, Tennessee.
I was. Where'd you go to school at? Well, I went to Holston View Elementary. And I was enrolled to start Advanced Middle School, but then my parents moved down to Fort Myers, Florida.
Well, Bristol needs to know about you.
No, I have not.
Aha.
You need to talk to Mr. Allen after the show is over with.
It's my due diligence. I believe it.
So good. So you went down to Fort Myers. How old were you? We moved there.
So I was going into 7th grade.
Okay.
So I was 12 or 13.
Now, were you doing music in Bristol before you met? Or you just started playing or singing?
I was singing in church a little bit.
Okay.
And I was doing little productions. I always did all my elementary school
Right.
productions. And that
Okay.
was probably the extent of it.
Okay.
When I moved down to Florida, I got involved again in doing church music. And all throughout high school, I did show choir and, again, school productions. And then I ended up going to Boston Conservatory for musical theater in Boston, Massachusetts.
In Boston, out there in Boston.
Now, what was
Did
that like?
Did you go there too? Oh,
Don't even talk to him.
He's from Boston. We'll put a microphone on him so you hear that.
He knows a lot of stories.
Get that Kennedy accent going on out there. Yep. So
There you go. Yeah, well, Boston Conservatory and Berkeley College of Music, they actually just merged. So it's now one and the same, Boston Conservatory at Berkeley.
oh, that's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty cool.
Very different.
So after you graduated from 6 years ago, from Boston, did you stay in Boston area for a while, or did you come back?
No, I actually, right around the time I was graduating, I ended up getting contracted to go on a cruise ship and play music. So I did that briefly, and that was
On a
amazing.
cruise ship?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So I went out with Holland America Cruise Line, and I got to tour all through the Mediterranean and Canada and parts of the Caribbean. And
Well, here again, you didn't happen to play with a gentleman by the name of Jake Korn playing guitar with you, did you?
No.
How long ago was that?
I thought about that. That was in 2012.
Oh, man, that's about the time he was doing the same thing, same cruise line.
Really?
Yeah. Gentleman I
I'm
was
sure
just
we
talking
have
about.
mutual friends then.
Yeah, well, you would know Jake if you met him. He's a big, tall, goofy kid. He's got a great sense of humor, but he's one of those kind of got that Clint Eastwood kind of delivery. You know,
Well, they've
it's
got
just,
multiple ships in the fleet, so
Yep. So
sure
did you like the cruise ship? I mean, that's hard work.
it was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I'll be honest. I mean, for me, it really wasn't that hard of work. There was a lot of material to learn, but there was actually a lot more downtime for my position because I was a smaller ship in the fleet.
Oh,
And so
okay.
we didn't have like a specific place on the ship that we played. So it made things a little bit different, but it was fantastic, especially getting to visit some cities that are just magical and
cool.
Get paid to do it.
Wouldn't trade it for the world, would you? Good experience.
Oh, yeah,
It's
fantastic.
kind of part of that paying your dues kind of thing too. So
Well, it was something I wanted to do. I was like, man, I loved the idea of traveling. Maybe it's a little bit of wanderlust,
Yeah.
but I loved the idea of traveling and getting paid to do it because Lord knows I didn't have the money to go all the way to, Italy.
all over the Mediterranean, yeah. So now you did the cruise ship thing. How long did you do that, and then what did you do right after that?
That was a shorter contract, so that was like 3.5, 4 months.
Okay.
And then at the time, I knew that I'd be getting married shortly after.
Now, husband's Matt?
Yes.
Yes, okay. Matt Hill, okay. Making shoes. He's a shoemaker.
He's a shoe designer. Yeah, you guys have done your research. What?
No, I just remember from the last time. Now, Matt's got some big contract going on. Oh, Andy wants to talk.
Hey, I've got to brag a little bit about her husband because he got to travel down to Miami, Florida, to meet with Udonis Haslam.
From the Miami Heat?
For the Miami Heat, and he got to actually go down there to train with him, and who's going to be wearing his shoes because those shoes rock. That guy makes some really cool shoes, TNT shoes. My kid's one of those. Those were awesome. But he does a great job, and I've got to point that out because he supports you just as well.
Oh yeah, it's so funny because when people ask me, since I'm a musician, they're like, "Well, what does your husband do?" They expect him to be something I don't know, boring. And I tell you what, like he keeps me on my toes. I think he makes me cool. I like to say that.
That's cool.
I got to make sure he's listening to this because he's going to be.
Matt, we've been talking about you too. We've been trying to promote you in your shoe line. So he's in athletic wear, but not just athletic wear, though, right? He does other stuff too, or is he mainly athletic wear?
So it's he's got a fashion line and then a performance line. So his
Okay.
fashion line is manufactured out of Italy, and then his performance line is manufactured out of China, and it's more like basketball shoes.
Right.
So.
Way cool stuff. Way
really
cool
cool.
stuff. Now, if you got into the cowboy boot stuff, you got customers right here. So, Matt,
I
if
know.
you're,
I want a pair of cowboy boots myself.
There you
so
go.
listen,
So-
we can all kind of gang up on him and say, make them.
Matt, you probably got at least 10 people in this room that will buy cowboy boots off you. You might not make you rich, but at least you got 10 cowboy boot sales going on here. So now being in Nashville, you think you'd get into the Western wear kind of thing, but maybe it's just too over marketed up there.
He's a little bit more urban,
Okay.
I'd say.
So kind of interesting designs, kind of out there designs, kind of modern
he does
designs.
some really fun things. Like he just did a Halloween shoe, and one pair was Dracula, and the other pair was Frankenstein.
I want a pair of those. That sounds
I know,
cool.
they're really cool, and he collaborates with some really awesome people. So
See, they could have like house slippers made like the Wolfman.
Right?
See, Matt, I get a percentage of that there. I get big furry slippers. I would wear those. Those would be cool. All right, let's get back to Kaylee. She's got a cool husband that supports her immensely, and he makes some great shoes. So, how do we find out if somebody wants to get a shoe of his?
you can go to mhillshoes.com.
Grace Christian, I mean, they're all about that.
Okay.
They love great
Yeah.
shoes.
Yeah, mhillshoes.com. He's got a lot of stuff on Instagram as well. mhillshoes on Instagram. mhillshoes on Facebook too, I think.
Okay. And they can find him also through your Facebook page. And you got a website, Facebook?
He's sprinkled throughout all of that.
I was going to say you probably help each other out. How do they get hold of you? Facebook page or?
Yeah, I mean, if it's easier, you can go to my website, KayleeHill.com, KayleeHill.com, and I've got all of my links there, and that'll take you anywhere you need to go.
Okay, excellent. Well, why don't you bust out another quick tune for us? Let's hear you sing.
Oh my goodness, you want to hear me sing?
No, let's do that instead.
I know, right? So we talked about Bristol a little bit. One of my favorite places on earth is Shady Valley, Tennessee, and that's just over the mountain from Bristol. And I wrote this song about Shady Valley. Past the four-way stop, you'll see a little country store next to a little country diner, and when you walk through the door, people know your name. They ask you how you've been, 'cause it's a small town. If you walk along the road, you'll see a little baseball field next to an elementary school where my family went for years. Kids would meet their friends, neighbors would shake hands in this small town. This small town will always be your home when you're cast out from wherever you roam. You may have made some big mistakes, but it will love you just the same. It'll bring you peace whenever you're around. It's your small town. Swimming in the creek when the summers got too hot, and watermelon picnics by the river, skipping rocks, finding simple pleasures. Every day's a treasure in this small town. This small town will always be your home when you're cast out from wherever you roam. You may have made some big mistakes, but it will love you just the same. It'll always make you feel like you belong. It's your small town. And people always say there's no place like home, where you can lay your head and be loved with open arms. Yeah, your small town will always be your home when you're cast out from wherever you roam. You may have made some big mistakes, but it will love you just the same.
It'll be a place where sanctuary's found. It's your small town, your small town. Ooh, your small town.
Beautiful song, very beautiful.
Thank you.
So you weigh about 105 pounds. How do you get that voice just blasting out of that thing? I mean, it cracks me up. Little tiny petite figures get out there and they got this booming voice. That Ronnie James Dio effect. You know what I mean? Ronnie was 5'2" and he sang like he was 10 foot tall.
Reminds me of Henry Paul.
Yeah, exactly.
Knock you through the wall.
Yeah, and I kind of look at Kaylee. I'm going, you're petite in stature, but then you have this big booming voice. We talk about it all the time on the show. I don't want to hear you sing. I want to feel you sing, and you do that. I can hear that. We feel that. So where does that come from? I mean, is it just something you worked on, you trained on your whole life? 'Cause, boy, we can feel you across the room. That's good.
Well, I think the first thing I should say, and this is something one of my teachers told me back at school. He said, you know, some people feel called to music. Okay, no, I'm messing this up. I'm butchering this.
If he's listening, he's grading you right now. So
I know, right? Some people choose music, and then for some people, music chooses them.
Exactly.
And I have always felt that music has chosen me, and so I think because of that, I don't know, it just comes forth, and I find myself like in the middle of every song that I sing, and I try and do it justice. I try and like do what the melody wants. But as far as my voice goes, I trained all throughout college and got my technique right, probably where it should be. And even today, like every day that I sing, I warm up before I sing, and that gives me that versatility that you might hear. I'm also always trying to make sure I'm singing healthy, because I love to sing, and if for whatever reason I hurt my voice, then that's just that'll be a sad day for me. So.
Yeah, we were doing the Beatles show, the vinyl show. We did a little thing about Paul McCartney when he was doing "Oh Darling," and how he said it took him, what do we say, 6-7 different days to go into the recording studio to lay down the vocal track to that, because he said, I hadn't sang that aggressive since he'd done Kansas City and another song back in the Beatles days. And he said, I'd walk in every day and I'd try to do my vocal part. Couldn't hit it. And so he goes, I'll see you tomorrow. I'll come back the next day. And he said, I had to warm my voice up. And then if you ever listen to "Oh Darling" by the Beatles, boy, I mean, he's way just tearing into that song. But he was taking care of his voice, trying to wean it back into that strength. And Paul can hit some notes. So, yeah, Jason. I had to hit Jason in the toes with a hammer for him to hit those notes.
Yeah.
And I can't ever hit a note, so I don't worry about singing. I just beat stuff with sticks. So, style of music. Who do you really love to listen to? Who's some of your favorite artists to listen to?
Oh, well, I've always loved Alison Krauss. I mean, that's a hard one to not love. As far as people in general, Dolly Parton, I feel like her authenticity is beyond anything to me. For me, it's a lot of research as well, so I'm listening to different styles. I'm kind of just basking in them to kind of capture different things, especially when I'm writing. You have a question? I'm sorry.
No, I was going to comment because, you know, you're really grounded. And one thing that Dolly points out.
You're going to ground her already?
No, that's very funny, though. But the one thing that she would always say is, you know, you have to stay true to yourself to become what you're destined to be. You know, so staying grounded with your vocals and what you're going toward, you have to do that. But you have to be who you are. That's what people see. That's the true you when you sing, and that's why people are attracted to singers when they feel that. And I'll go back to exactly what Charlie said earlier. You know, when you reach that point, then there is a ministry. And I'll say that because it is a gift, and you are tapping into something beyond that's going to move people more, and cause a reaction that's greater than you. And that's what music strives to do. That's why you have a talent,
I got a question.
Hey, go ahead. No, Charlie,
Okay,
like
I
to
got
talk
a
to you.
question for you. How many shows you do a day?
Oh, I try not to do more than one because a lot of times I'm playing for like 3 hours.
Okay.
And it's a lot of singing, so I try and.
So, like, if you're out on the road and you got 3 shows in one day,
It depends on how long the show is.
and that's an hour and a half show.
Oh yeah, I could do that.
Yeah.
I think I could do that.
When you get through about 80 of them, you're barely even moving.
I'm sure, and
You
it's,
can't even think straight. You're like, wait a minute, I can't do this no more.
as long as I can build in a day of vocal rest, and that means limited speech, everything, because you don't go and work out in the gym for 8 hours and expect to be able to do the same thing the next day. You just can't. So it's a muscle you have to take care of and be smart about.
I was out with Bad Company, and I'll never forget,
That's a song.
They heard our sound check, and he come out and he goes, lad, he said, we got a problem. I said, well, what's that? He says, he can't sing. I said, what? He can't sing. So I ended up singing with those guys for 3 shows, and your voice becomes a machine after a while, and you have to build it to be that. Because I know I've been out to 4 shows a day, and I couldn't even think straight afterwards. Couldn't talk, couldn't do nothing. There's a difference in somebody doing 1 show and 4 shows in one day, you know? And Garth does that. He'll do 3 shows a day, and the guys are dead. I mean, they're dead.
Wow.
I mean, he's got that kind of willpower.
Yeah, and I think it depends on the show and the artist, too. I mean, if you're doing 3 90-minute shows a day, equals to 1 4-hour show in a day. You're taking a little bit of break in between time too. Where doing a 4-hour show, if you're the lead singer doing a 4-hour show, that's why these guys aren't doing 4-hour shows anymore. It's just too much wear and tear on the artist, whether you're a musician or a singer. I mean, I was always kidding to go, man, good thing you're a drummer. You get to sit down for the whole show. Like, well, I jog 26 miles every show. I know it don't look like with my girlish figure, but I jog 26 miles every time we play because you got both feet, both arms going.
Yeah, well, did you do that in North Dakota? I don't think so.
Yeah.
You sit on the bus and watch TV, and we got in a lot of trouble because there's somebody on the TV on the bus, remember?
Yeah, we had there was no women on the bus. No women on the bus. So I get a text message, who's the girl on the bus? We're like going, there's no girls on the bus.
Kind of trouble.
There's no girls on the bus. We found out that they saw in a mirror reflection a girl that was on the TV screen was on the bus. We all got there's no one on the bus. We're okay.
In bad trouble. Man.
Yeah, Charlie and I and the band. There was no one else on the bus but us, just the band and us, and a whole bunch of kids one day. All the kids up there, was it Minnesota or North Dakota?
It was North Dakota, yeah.
North Dakota. We had a whole bus full of kids. Matter of fact, we shocked Charlie a little bit. These kids wanted to get on the bus so bad.
Up, yeah.
Charlie was in the back of the bus, very far back of the bus, and these kids were outside wanting to check out the bus. And I thought what was cool was that night, Charlie, if you've never seen a Charlie Allen show, it's a high-energy show. We have a lot of fun. I love playing with Charlie. We had the kids up on stage. We had kids up on stage before the show playing the drums, playing Charlie's guitar, playing the bass, and checking out the pedal steel up there. We had a ball. Well, those kids, after the break, Charlie's in the back getting ready for the show after that. He had no idea these kids were coming on the bus. We're inviting him. Come on, you want to meet Charlie? Open up the door. We're like going, I hope he's not in boxers back there getting ready. They open up the door and Charlie's back there playing guitar. I was like, he's playing guitar. He's probably okay. But boy, if he opens up and he's in the boxers and a T-shirt, we're in trouble. But we have a lot of fun. It's all about the joy of music and having fun.
It really is. It's about having fun.
And so, Charlie, for 90 minutes, Charlie stood there, and you ought to hear some of the notes come out of this guy. He's kind of got that middle voice, but man, he can hit these really high notes in the rafters. But that takes practice and effort, and you do the same thing.
Speaking of voice, there we go. Speaking of voice, I'm looking forward to this next song. I want to hear her hit a high note. I know you've been you have a couple times, but I want to hear it because I think if we hear that, it's going to shock a lot of us because I think you can get up there a little bit.
Okay, well, I have an idea.
Okay.
There's a couple songs. I wasn't sure what to play today, but I could play a Christmas song for you.
That's perfect because we are leading toward the season. If there's
and
a
that'll
way,
give you a high note.
yeah, that'll be fine.
He's putting you to the test, Kaylee. He wants to hear you hit the rafters a little bit.
Okay, just give me 1 second. Let me pull it up here. Hey, now.
Again, while she's getting herself ready there, we want to thank Chris from HeatFMRadio.com out there in New York and all of his listeners. Thank you for sharing our music. We're having a good time with all the guests and artists that we had tonight. Kind of a surprise guest. Yes, and we don't want to forget that we are in the middle and almost to the finals. We're with the 2017 WFMC Jams Artist of the Year. Miss Kaylee Hill is one of the finalists so far. So I believe we have Tammy Sue Taylor, Kaylee Hill, Miranda, I almost said Miranda Lambert, Miranda Miller, and I think we've got I said Tammy Sue Taylor, Miranda Miller, Kaylee, and the other one, oh man, I can't forget who the fourth one was. I only look at it every day. That's what happens to get old. But
is it 5 numbers?
But you can jump on there, and if you like Miss Kaylee Hill, you can go on our Facebook page and put her name in and suggest. Or we're down to the last day of the month. We'll go to the finals. It'll be down to 2. Miss Kaylee's in the final 4, so we're getting down to the final 2, and it'll be great.
I still don't know how I got there, but I did.
Artists, people voting for you. It's people getting on random voting. So, all right, hit us with a tune, Kaylee.
Now, I played this one recently, and it popped into my head because you talked about how singing for me can at some point become a ministry. And I definitely felt this earlier. I sang this last week, and it really affected, I think, a couple different people, and they brought it to my attention. And it was just a really tender moment. And so, anyway, this is Oh Holy Night. Oh, holy night, the stars are brightly shining. It is the night of our dear Savior's birth. Long lay the world in sin and error pining, till He appeared and the soul felt its worth. The thrill of home, the weary world rejoices, for yonder breaks a new and glorious morn. For oh, hear the angel voices on high, divine, all night, when Christ was born. Oh, high, divine, whole night divine. Truly He taught us to love one another. His law is love, and His gospel is peace. Chains shall He break, for the slave is our brother, and in His name all oppression shall cease. Sweet hymns of joy and grateful chorus raise we, let all within us praise His
Oh, hear the angel voices on high, divine, all night when Christ was born. All night, divine. All night divine.
Very nice. Very nice. That's singing, you know. If that don't move you, and there's something wrong with you. You need to go to the hospital to get checked. Kaylee, now, do you play at all with a band, or you do a duet at all, or you mainly solo?
Sometimes. So a lot of times when I play out downtown, I do a lot of duo kind of stuff, either solo or I'll hire a lead guitarist to play with me, or sing with another guy that plays and sings. But I'm actually playing a show up in New York come January, and that'll be more full band.
Where about in New York? Because again, we got Chris at Heat FM Radio out there. Maybe they get to go see you in person. Where at in New York?
It's actually going to be in Manhattan.
Okay.
And I'm the worst because I can't think of the name of the venue right now. But I'm working with a buddy of mine who does some production for Broadway, and he wanted to produce a show for me, and so we're making it happen.
Oh, cool. So they can go to your website and find out where you're playing and when it's at. Yeah, people out there in New York, this is a chance that you get to see one of our artists up there close by. We'd love if someone to walk up to you and say, hey, we heard you on WFMCJams.com and Chris's Heat FM Radio. We'd love for someone to come up there and talk to you and say, hey. So make sure everyone out there that's in the New York area find out where she's playing at. Anything else going on? You said you couldn't do the Virginia thing, but what else? Where else?
Well, so December 2nd, I'm playing for the Make-A-Wish Foundation. They have a winter ball.
Excellent.
In Middle Tennessee, and I'm helping out with that and playing a lot of Christmas songs and probably some originals too. And then the week after, I'm actually doing pre-show music for Jewel. So that'll be a lot of fun. I'm really looking forward to that one.
Oh, good. Again, all the dates are there on your Facebook page or website.
And that'll be in Iowa.
Can I be your guitar tech for the day?
Sure, why not?
He knows what one looks like. But so yeah, that's pretty cool. That's cool.
Yeah.
We're so glad you're out there working hard. And again, I should say she's in the Final Four. Miss Lily Syracuse was the one I could not remember off the top of my head. Sorry, Lily, if you're listening. Another phenomenal artist out there. Great vocals. Since the last time we've seen her, she kind of changed her format a little bit, kind of changed her direction, and I think it's so much better for her, too. She was kind of pigeonholed herself to look a certain way and to sing a certain way, and then she kind of broke from that mold and kind of went, nope, this is who I am, and went to her true self. So when you see her, you're going, is that her? That don't look like her. And actually it looks better. And her vocals are better because she's singing from the heart now. She's singing what she wants to sing versus what she was trying to sing. Yeah. And so it just happened to work for her. And again, we got a bunch of good people out there supporting her. So Artist of the Year 2017, jump on our Facebook page. Again, you got Miss Kaylee Hill and Miranda Miller, Tammy Sue Taylor, and Lily Syracuse. 4 dynamite singers. You know, when I had, 64 to start with, I try to look at it going, well, who's going to be down there in that final group of people? And you kind of going, well, you know, technically this one will probably make it. And then when I see the final 4, I'm like, these are the 4 that should be here. Because all 4 of you are working it hard. I see you on it don't matter who wins. You all win. You made it to 4. All of you have won because the whole point was I see your Facebook posts all the time. You're posting all the time. I see Lily all the time. It's Tammy Sue Taylor, Miranda Miller. You're always out there in the face of the people, and that's what has to happen. And it's hard work, but you 4
gotta show up. I've realized.
You 4 are doing it. I'm proud to have all four of you on our radio station. You're like the epitome of what this radio station is about. You're out there working it. You're that blue collar, working your butt off every day, 4 or 5 times a week, whether it be solo, a duet, or with a band. You're paying your dues, and it's paying off. And we wish you nothing but the best. We got time for another song, do we say? Why don't you hit us with another one of your tunes? We'll call it the night after that. So,
Okay.
So don't strain your voice yet. You got one more to do.
Yes. So it's hard because I've got some new stuff that I've been working on, but I've also got this one. I feel like you guys might like this song. This is a song I wrote about my mom.
Okay.
It's a little bit more folky.
That's all right.
But I like
I'm old school. I like folk music. I like that stuff.
Sometimes I think about the way my mama carried herself after trouble came. She'd pick herself up off the floor, pack her bags, head out the door, and vowed she'd never treat someone the same. I grew up in tender arms, carrying me through calmer storms. She promised to love me best she could. See, my mama came from harder times, always forced to gave me all the things that she never had. Hope to make something good out of something bad. I could call my mom a hero like everybody does. But she also was a fighter. Her strength runs in my blood. Mama lived through the 70s and tried all of the hippie things, whatever could keep her occupied. See, her life was not her own, finding pain in her own home, with no one in which to run to or confide. When she had the chance to leave, boy, she took it graciously, knowing she was bound for better things. So she worked and saved for many years, holding independence dear, and discovered what love was supposed to be. She gave me all the things that she never had. Hope to make something good out of something bad. I could call my mom a hero like everybody does. But she also was a fighter. Her strength runs in my blood. When she's gone, her legacy will be carried on with me. She'll be remembered for all the love she gave, the strength she had to overcome, giving hope to those with none. She'll be known as virtuous and brave. She gave me all the things that she never had. Hope to make something good out of something bad. I could call my mom a hero like everybody does. But she also was a fighter. Her strength runs in my blood. And I call my mom a hero, for that's what she was. And I thank God for her strength that runs in my blood.
Very nice. Miss Kaylee Hill, everybody. Thank you for a great show. We wish you the best of luck.
Thank you.
You got big plans for Thanksgiving?
Well, I bought one of those you just throw in the oven kind of hams.
Just throw it in the oven kind of ham?
Yeah, it's like already. I think it's already cooked. It's like a pre-cooked ham.
Uh-huh.
And I bought some sweet potatoes. I'm gonna make a sweet potato casserole. And I bought microwavable mashed potatoes.
Microwavable mashed. So you're going old school then? Okay.
It's
okay.
literally going to be me and my husband, and actually my neighbor too, because she doesn't have her family this Thanksgiving, so she's gonna come next door and hang out with us.
Oh, cool.
Really
That's way
simple.
cool.
Yeah.
Well, we wish you the best of luck. People that are out there, we hope you have a safe and happy Thanksgiving. Be careful on the roads. Tomorrow will be a crazy day, obviously, of course. But my son's heading toward Indianapolis, and I guess my kids are heading toward Wisconsin, the other ones. So Jason's heading to Michigan. Andy's heading to McMinnville. So, Jason, anything you want to say?
Yeah, be sure to come and tune in next week for Brenda Lynn Allen. And John Bell will be the other guest, so it'll be another good show. And of course, the 23rd, come out to the 3-Star Mall in McMinnville, hang out with us.
What, are we going to the
I used to like you, all right? I used to like you. 3-Star Mall in McMinnville. Come on out, hang out with us, and play some records for 8 hours, and then you can hear the repeat of it on Heat FM radio the next day, and then the other repeat on Christmas Day on our station one more time. So come and hang out with us, play a few records, and make a request, have a good time. And, of course, the 19th will be Patsy Trigg, one half of Elmo and Patsy that gave you Grandma Got Run Over by a Reindeer right here on our station. Yes.
Well, excellent. Again, for everybody that was here, the old-time gospel singers, Miss Kaylee Hill. We got Larry the Boss is here. Not Larry the Cable Guy, but Larry the Boss is here. We got Awesome Andy. We got Jason the Hippie the Heartthrob. We got Brian, the IT Guru Genius down in Pulaski. We got Miss Velvet Presley off to the side with the camera that you can go on Facebook and check out Facebook Live. We got the one and the only Mr. Charlie Allen sitting here next to us. Thank you, Charlie, for stopping in with us. And that's Pig? Is that what you called him?
Yeah, it's Pig.
Pig.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, Pete, not Pig.
Oh, okay.
You must have food on your mind.
Man, apparently I got a ham I got to cook, I guess.
Lord have mercy.
So,
I'm sorry about that, Pig.
that's all right. So that's all right.
He
So-
won't ever play keyboards with you now.
No, I guess not. He'll hit me. I'll have to make up to him. I have to give him a ham in order to make it up for him. But we want to thank all of you for being here with us. Again, have a safe and a happy holiday, and we will see you next Tuesday. Y'all take care.